Hello, and welcome to a very special New Year's Day edition of Speed Sculpts Live. I'm Dominic. It's my birthday, Critelli, and I will be your sculpturist for today. I don't know. Anyway, so as always, we're starting with our shape generator. And let's see where it brings us. So it is, in fact, my birthday today. 39 years old. I don't want to talk about it. It is what it is. Age is just a number that demoralizes you and makes you feel like you haven't accomplished enough. But that's not why we're here. We are here to make some sort of creature out of nothing. Well, maybe not out of nothing, out of something. Out of some random shape. Should I call it Random Shapes Live or Speed Sculpts Live? I think we're gonna stick with Speed Sculpts because I like it. This is okay. Can this be something? I mean, anything can really be something. I'd like to try to find a shape that I haven't really, because I do a lot of these with the back kind of hanging out, so I'm gonna try something different. And I end up with a lot of horns too, so trying to do something a little bit different. All right, maybe that could be something. Let's see what. So I'm gonna need to fill in these holes here. Just trying to make sure everything's filled in. And I think I want to fill this front part in too. Maybe just a sphere. I don't know if I like that. I'm just going to leave it. All right. Now we remesh and get to work. This one looks like it's going to be a challenge, but to be quite honest, I feel that way about all of them, and they're usually fun, so we'll see. Obviously, it's going to have to be some sort of alien creature, since this is nowhere near a human-like facial structure, but I think we can pull something out of it. Because of this, because I'm paying 0% attention to the mesh, I'm having lots of little issues with these. Little hangers, little darts, or whatever. Okay. Perfect. Smooth it out. I think that was just an extra vertice. That was just loose. That can happen when you don't really pay any attention to topology because you don't understand it, hypothetically speaking. Not that that's my case, obviously. That's actually my case. It's exactly what my case is. But as I often say, I don't care because it's not an asset for in-game. It's going to end up as a static image or illustration. So I don't like paying attention to topology, so I don't do it. It's really good life advice. If you don't like something, don't do it. Unless it's like dishes or something that's gross. All right. I gotta give him some kind of mouth, and I'm not sure how to fit that into this little bit that's jutting out here. It's kind of looking a little bit like an ET. Suppose it's a case of your output is only as good as your input. Maybe I need some more influences. I don't know. It's not looking bad. It's very ET-like. Maybe I can do something with this where he's not so obvious of a... Yeah, let's just give him horns, because I've never done that before. Definitely not every time. It's kind of looking like a donut or a mushroom, one of those weird mushrooms or something you find deep in the forest. Okay, let's see if we can add some quick details here. Alright, that's kind of cool. See what else we can do with this. So if you're wondering how I'm adding those shapes, I have a video of it on my YouTube channel. There should be a link on my Twitch profile somewhere. It's Critelli Art on YouTube. It's just a texture alpha on the brush. And there's a whole video about how to do that on my YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, well, good luck on your part because you'll have an easier time finding it. You just go to my channel. Looks sort of feminine now, so I gotta remove that. Not that there's anything wrong with the feminine look, but I'm trying to make him look like a scary monster, not like this is a dating profile picture. All right, this is turning out very strange indeed. What else can I do? Just kind of massaging it around, seeing if I can pull something out of this weird shape that this weird shaped hole that I've dug myself into. And I'm not liking these eyes, so we've got to work on that a little bit. I think there's just too much going on. I need to simplify it. All right, that's okay. All right, that's interesting. That's also interesting. I think I'm going to keep that, and then I'm going to smooth this out so it just looks like texture up there, and then give him, yeah, those eyes down there look real good. I like that. So then I'm just going to fill this in a little bit so it's texture on his head, kind of ornamentation. And then I can define this brow-like bit here. I think I'm liking that. All right. So now I'm going to cut in here. Wrong way. Make him more skull-like. I'm not sure that's working. All right, let's fill that back in and see what other direction we can go with it. I don't like the skull idea. It's too obvious, I think. Myself and lots of other people tend to just default to certain looks that everyone goes to. I don't want to try to avoid that. It's okay to explore them. Sometimes it's the best idea. But I think in this case, I can find something a little bit better. All right, he's taking on a sort of insect-like look, which I'm not opposed to. So let's see what we can do here. He's got these weird bits jutting out of him. Gotta find something to do with these. Maybe it's kind of part of his vertebrae. Yeah, that's interesting. And we're only halfway through. Let's experiment here with some my favorite bits, some protrusions. Does he need them? No. Do they look cool anyway? Subjective. Am I gonna do it regardless? Probably. Although I do kind of want to keep it thick the same way these are so that there's like a repeated design element going all the way down. I don't know if I like that too much. I feel like I constantly overwork this thing and then have to dial it back. I'm gonna save it real quick. Kind of like his bone structure in the back more than I like the front. But we're a little bit committed now, so I don't know. I'm just putting those spheres in there so that I can build up something around it. You know what I forgot to put on is the music. The most essential part of a sculpting session is the music. There we go. Now we can work. Now we can get something done. We were just messing around before. Now it's time to get freaking serious. So freaking serious. Mm-hmm. That's right. We're serious now. I wonder what other textures I can bring in here. Too strong. Bring it down. Bring it down. All right. I don't know where my other textures are that I downloaded. Oh, right there. So to go along with that video I was talking about earlier on my YouTube channel, I have... Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Problem resolved. I thought Blender was crashing. I have some textures on my ArtStation that you can download, which is linked in that video on the YouTube channel, but also Pixelogic, the makers of ZBrush, have a whole resource section on their website with a bunch of textures you can download, and they're free to use, so that's a pretty good resource. That's what I'm using right here. It's just an elephant skin. think I've put too much on here, so I'm going to knock it back just a little. Sometimes it's just too much, that texture stuff. Like, now it's just busy. I almost like it better with just a hand-made texture with the clay brush. This is almost too much. Yeah, all right. I dig them. I dig them. Let's mess around with the lighting a little bit. See if it sparks any ideas. This is my default. One light in front, one light in back for that rim light. I can't get enough of it. There's a cool way to add some interest real quick, is just add some subsurface. I really like the way that looks. It just makes it look instantly a little more realistic, and then you can make it whatever color interests you. Pretty cool. I don't go crazy with it. Like, if you turn it all the way up, it's just too much. So maybe around 0.2, 0.3, but really it's, as with everything, it's subjective. So do whatever the hell you want. Who am I to tell you what to do? Then you can mess around with roughness and make him shiny or matte. I don't want him to look like he's covered in grease, so I'm going to make him leave it roughly where it is default, about halfway, 50%. And then specular is similar, but makes it less shiny. I think it's more of like an overall shininess rather than a pinpoint shininess. I like a little bit. Usually I don't mess around with those too much. The subsurface is the one I like. Doesn't look very realistic in that form, but I can take this from here into Photoshop and overlay some textures and some painting on it, and it'll look instantly better. But it's a good start. Yeah, I don't really know what else to add to this guy. I think he looks pretty good this way. Now I can take him into Photoshop and mess around and see what comes out. But I think for now, that's gonna be, I'm gonna call it a sculpt. I think it's successful. I think it's a little busy with the extra texture that I added onto it, and I think possibly I could have gone overboard with the subsurface a little bit, but yeah, looks good. Hello, Gusts of Trust. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Can I help you with something? I already don't like where this is going. What is it? Let me look. Are you talking about the colors? Shading it like a cell shading sort of style? It looks like he's just hand painting a texture. Yeah, texturing is not my expertise, but he's hand painting that texture. There's a shader called Beer, Beer, that you can look up that might automatically do stuff like that, but it's probably not going to get the same result as hand shading something. For all that stuff, I think you need to worry about UVs. Your mesh has to be nice. See how perfect all these squares are? I don't mess with that stuff. It's too much work. I just go to Photoshop and paint over it. That's my technique. So I cannot be a huge help for you there. All right, so that is my sculpt from my random shape, and I think that's gonna be it. This will be up on YouTube shortly. As always, thank you for joining me. Like, follow, subscribe, all that jazz if you would like to. Appreciate it. And take care, everybody. I'll see you next time.